Nice to meet you, sir and madam. I'm Ivan. Me and my teammates are glad to be here with you today to give you a presentation. Our goal today is to help you understand our proposal regarding on this project. We will be covering these 3 key points, which are recommendation for procurement, tendering, and contract arrangement. Now, let's get started. We know that you are proposing to build a 200 million hotel in Penang Island, and it should be completed before the Penang Bridge International Marathon to accommodate tourists. You wish to have full control of design and able to introduce changes throughout the process. You also require the construction work to start before the completion of design and to utilize Industrialized Building System to speed up the construction. Besides having a flexible budget, you also like to impose 150,000 of liquidated damages per day and just want to deal with few key parties of the project. Furthermore, as a public listed company, you wish to have reasonably transparent when selecting contractors, meanwhile eliminating non-performing contractors. All our recommendations will be decided based on these requirements.
Hi, my name is Teh Kenny. I'm here to present procurement strategy. Our recommendation for Sir and Madam will be management contracting method. This is a procurement route which Sir and Madam will employ a management contractor responsible by managing numbers of different work contractors. The management contractor is appointed at the early stage of design process to collaborate with the design team by providing their experience and professional advice on buildability and cost of design and proposals. And now we will justify management contracting method by their advantages and disadvantages. The advantage of management contracting is it can speed up the completion time. The management contractor is able to arrange schedules strategically and overlapping between work contractors on site, thus shortening the construction time. The construction work can start earlier than when partial designs are completed, and some work contracts can be tendered earlier than others. The advice on buildability and specialization on building design is needed to adapt IBS, which is Industrialized Building System. The second advantage would be there is lesser parties to deal with. Sir and Madam only has agreement with management contractor and consultants, so the management contractor can represent the Sir and Madam to operate the project and deal with packaging contractors. The third advantage would be design flexibility. The changes of the design can be applied throughout the construction process of the design. Due to we have a flexible budget, cost is not our main concern in this project. Besides, the management contractor is able to blend in the changes ideally. The fourth advantage would be the design quality. Sir and Madam is able to retain the control on design and relies on expertise from design specialists to comment the drawings. Quality for hotel is a major factor to concern. This measure is able to guarantee quality end product. The disadvantage for this procurement method would be cost uncertainty. The cost will be uncertain until the completion of the project. Changes may increase initial cost of the project, but our budget is flexible enough to deal with acceptable price, so it's still considered suitable. The second disadvantage would be risk allocation. Sir and Madam and work contractors are not contractually responsible for either party, although the risk lay between both parties. The management contractor just manage these contractors on behalf of Sir and Madam. Hence, it is considered impossible for Sir and Madam to make claim against the work contractors for any error occurred by them unless warranties are built between both parties. And now we will justify on other methods. We will start with design and build. The control of design and build is limited. The design is limited. Sir and Madam will be lesser involvement in the project due to Sir and Madam can't influence the design. Even though Sir and Madam hires own consultant team to provide the outline of the design, it still needs the contractor to complete the detail and specification within the budget. Besides that, it is not suitable for complex building. As we know, this is a hotel project. There are many design considerations needs to be concerned. Furthermore, design and build normally will require to sacrifice partial build quality, and this is not recommended in hotel construction. We now justify the other method, which is traditional procurement method. It is unsuitable time consumption. This is not considered as a fast track method because the tender being provided after the completion of the design. Due to time is our prior concern, Sir and Madam wants the construction work to begin before the completion of the design, which is unachievable. Furthermore, this method requires our Sir and Madam to deal with many parties at the same time, which may lead to miscommunication. Therefore, this method is not recommended to Sir and Madam. Last, we will justify on construction management. This method also requires to deal with many parties. As we know, our Sir and Madam prior concern is not to deal with so many parties. Therefore, this method is not recommended as well. And thank you for listening.
Sir and Madam, I want you here to assist you by suggesting the most suitable tendering method for your project. Based on your requirements and the type of the project, I will suggest you to go for the single-stage selective tendering. How does this tender method work? Generally, the first step will be presenting a finished proposal for a wide array of contractors to bid. Invitation to tender shall be issued on the basis of the tender documentation. Tenderers are given a specific period of time for submission of tender. Thereafter, clients get the right to choose the tenderer with the returns purely based on cost and efficiency. Sir and Madam, now do try imagine yourself as a normal consumer. Quality will be the first to come in mind while choosing a hotel. Quality issues are fully assured by single-stage selective tendering as it came up with a listing up procedure before invitation to tender took place. At the perspective of a client, like how both of Sir and Madam are in right now, clients now hold on the decision-making power to choose the qualified contractors mainly based on professionalism. Risk allocation is also much more distributed as interested contractor may require to submit documents. Through a selection process, it's also less likely to meet non-performing contractors, which may result in enhancement of risk to the project. Building up a hotel within 36 months is actually quite a short time frame, which may require a higher speed of tender process to be done. While dealing with this method, less contractors are involved will quicken up the process of going through tender documents with no pre-qualification questionnaires included. However, single-stage selective tendering will directly affect the accuracy of pricing due to the competitive pressure between the tenderers. This happens as everyone trying hard to get the bid going through a lowest price competition. By just looking on the bid may not reflect the best value of money as it only refers back on the requirements set out in the tender documents. As a public listed company, transparency issues are important as you are always under the public eye. However, this tendering method doesn't really stop down favorism to occur. Responsibility and integrity of clients will be easily questioned by the public as tendering process may not be clear and increase the chances of corruption. It is normal that human beings do make mistakes. Qualification or inconsistencies during the submission are not detected in acceptance in tenders. All these issues may result in extension and delays of the construction process, which directly impact the speed of getting work done. Sir and Madam, so now you may wonder why other tendering methods are not suitable for this project. Let me explain it for you. In the case of two-stage selective tendering, there will be a part including a selection process with pre-qualification. It is to ensure only qualified, reputable contractors to tender. However, this will extend the tendering process by looking through all information before choosing a final list of tenderers. In contrast, single-stage selective tendering excluded the pre-qualification stage, but at the same time, maintained the quality assurance as only reputable contractors are invited to tender. For open tendering, no quality assurance and workmanship will be the biggest issue. Reason for this is that underpriced contractors may be chosen due to the lowest tender selection. Once the contractor faces financial difficulties, it may directly result through the delays of the project. This can be solved through a single-stage selective tendering, as it only requires reputable contractors to tender. Not only that, open tendering will have a high consumption on costs and resources, as every contractor are welcome to enter into the bid. Last but not least, negotiated tendering. For negotiated tendering, certainty of tendering process will be higher, as it took a longer time than single-stage selective tendering. This is due to only one contractor will be in charge of the project, hence it usually takes a longer time period, as the contractor will try to negotiate for a better price before the award of tender. The most important point here would be transparency of negotiated tendering is nearly to zero. It would be clearly the bone of contention for both Sir and Madam's company status. So, negotiated tendering will be out from the recommendation list. That basically sums up the reason why single-stage selective tendering is suitable for the project. Next up, I will pass to Susian to talk more about the contract arrangement.
Now, I would like to talk about contractual arrangement. On the other hand, based on Clause 22, damages for non-completion. Based on Clause 22.1, the contractor fails to complete the completion of works done by completion date. The architect shall issue a certificate of non-completion. Upon issuance of certificate of non-completion, the contractor shall pay or allow the employer to calculate a sum at the rate stated in Appendix in liquidated damages for the date or from the date of completion date to the date of practical completion. The employer may recover such sum as a debt or may deduct such sum for monies due to or the contractor under the contract, or employer may recover such sum from performance bond. The employer shall inform the contractor in writing of deduction or such debt due from the contractor. Moreover, the imposition of liquidated damages by employer shall not be taken into account by the architect in issuance of payment certificate and final certificate. Under Clause 22.2, liquidated damages stated in Appendix is a genuine pre-estimate of loss or damage we suffer in the event of Clauses 21.0 and 22.0. The contractor shall pay the employer the said amount is the same, without the need for the employer to prove or the loss or damage unless the contrary is proven by the contractor. Under Clause 22.3, in the event the architect issues a certificate extension of time under Clauses 23.4, 23.9, and 23.10, which has the effect of fixing a completion date which is later than the date stated in certificate of non-completion which is issued previously. Such certificate shall have effect of revoking the certificate of non-completion issued earlier. The employer shall have revised the amount of liquidated damages which he is entitled to retain. The amount of liquidated damages retained exceeds the amount the employer is entitled to retain. He shall repay the surplus amount to the contractor within period of honouring certificates from the date of certificate of extension time. If the works are not completed by completion date stated in certificate of extension time, the architect shall issue a further certificate of completion. Furthermore, cost-plus contracts are primarily used for the buyer to assume the risk of the success of the contractor. The party that draws the contractor will deliver on other people's promises and to pay extra so that the contractor can make profit. In a cost-plus contract, a party agrees to reimburse for expenses plus an amount of profit is stated as a fixed fee or percentage of contractor's price. Moreover, the contractor must provide proof of expenses, including direct and indirect costs. It gives rise to a claim of damages but not repudiated. It is collateral to the main purpose of the contract. A collateral warranty is common to contractors, subcontractors, and owner. The collateral warranty is likely to be claimed under design matters. In conclusion, the requirement of the collateral warranty will be independent for the form of contract being used. Thank you.
Hi sir and madam, I am Wenro. As you require to use Industrialized Building System (IBS) in your project,
I'm going to briefly explain about it. A mega hotel company, Marriott, has well utilized the modular system, which helped the company to save 70% of labor and about 6 months to build a 26-story hotel in Manhattan, New York. However, precast box system or modular system is not so advanced in Malaysian IBS industry. Hence, I will suggest your project to adopt precast concrete framing integrated with panel system. This can help to shorten the construction time period and at the same time provide quality assurance for your project.